This video is going to be a little difficult for me. So I decided to share with you guys my reasons and my approach to stopping Contrave. Why did I start Contrave in the first place? Well, like many of you guys that have taken it, if you don't know what it is, it's a medication that is marketed as a weight loss medication, but it kind of works on the mental part of weight loss and like the pleasure centers of your brain. It has bupropion and naltrexone, I believe, are the two things that are combined to make Contrave. I don't even remember how long have I been on it. It's been a while. It's less than a year, but more than 6 months. I'd have to look at my calendar. When I started it, I was just at the point where I couldn't take it anymore. Like, nothing was helping. I couldn't find anybody to help me. I thought, okay, nobody can help me. I need to lose some weight. I was super uncomfortable. I had tried every diet under the sun. My whole life has been that. So instead of looking for another diet, I was like, no, this is totally mental and I need something to help me with the mental part. So my doctor had suggested this, and I was like, you know what, I want to try it. So I had some luck with it. I lost 30 pounds pretty quickly because, well, there were a lot of reasons. So there were side effects in the beginning and feeling nauseous and like you just physically couldn't eat. So I'm pretty sure that's where most of it came off, those first 6 to 8 weeks. I have a video or two from when I first started and the success that I had. But not only did I lose weight, I felt amazing. Like mentally, I felt amazing. Even when the weight loss had slowed down, I felt better than I can ever remember feeling, truthfully. So here we are, however many months later, and I still feel great, but I was hesitant to go on the medicine because I don't want to be on a medication. I don't want to rely on a medication for the rest of my life unless obviously I had to have it to live. But something like this, like, I knew that I was not going to be on it forever. I didn't want to be on it forever, even if I could, and I don't think it's safe to be on. It's safe for long term, but not that long term in my mind. So because I'm all into essential oils and doing more natural things for my body, I really struggled to even start this medication in the first place. But for me, I needed it. I'm not an all or nothing. I'm not all natural or all chemical, or it's like I'm somewhere in between. So I started it, it worked, and now I'm at the point where I just don't want to be on it anymore. And so what I was hoping that I was going to get out of the medication, it was going to help me create some new pathways in my brain where I could see my potential, because all of the crap was like right here. All of the negative, all of the things people said to me growing up that just burned a hole in my brain, they were all just right here, and I couldn't weed through it enough to see anything positive. I just couldn't do it. So what I was hoping and what I think happened is the medication just really helped me see my potential. It helped me push positive and push back the negative. So there's good and bad to that. Obviously, I got to see the positive and feel it and know how amazing I am and how I should be proud of myself and how I should love myself right now as I am. The bad part is the negative stuff is still there. It just got pushed to the back. Maybe it's gonna always be there. I don't know. At this point, I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna play out. But for me, at this point, I just felt like, how can I do this in a way that I feel like it will be successful to come off of this medicine? So as I've been on YouTube more and more lately, obviously I truly feel that because I felt so good about myself and I was like, I'm gonna put everything into my YouTube channel, I'm gonna do all the clothing hauls and all these things that are making me feel fun and girly and all this stuff I never allowed myself to do. I ran across this gentleman who is a health coach, life coach. How he describes himself is he bridges the gap between medical doctor and real life. And when he said that, it made so much sense to me because I've always struggled going to the doctor, and especially with when it came to my weight and stuff, and feeling like, not that they don't care because they really like my doctor, but they kind of just want to get you in and get you out. Like, they don't really want to get into detail about why you have the weight or what's making you uncomfortable about yourself, or they kind of just want to say, well, maybe you should just try this medicine, or maybe you should go see a therapist or whatever. And trust me, I've gone all these routes. But I never felt like it was the right thing for me. I never felt like it was realistic what they were telling me to apply to my own life. I never felt like I never felt like they understood. I just never did. And so I tried the therapist route. I tried, not that it wasn't great to go have vent sessions, but I never really got any tangible things that I could take back to my own personal life and implement in a way that would work for me. So here I am, going along my business on this medication. I'm feeling great, and then one day I decide I don't want to be on it anymore. My first thought is, well, I don't know how I would do that, because I feel like if I just stop this medicine without something like a safety net, that I'm setting myself up for failure. So he had commented on some of my videos and I got curious, so I clicked and went to his channel. I started watching some of his videos. I subscribed right away because I thought, okay, well, he's got some good things to say. He has a podcast and he turns them into YouTube videos, so his channel is fairly new, but he's obviously been doing this for a while. What scares me is thinking somebody's going to hand me a piece of paper with this super restrictive diet and this super intense workout thing, and it's going to be like, drink 2 gallons of water a day and all this stuff that I'm like, I'm over it. I'm over it already, and I haven't even started. With as much research, with as much education I have had as far as food and exercise and all that goes over the years, that's not really my problem. I kind of know what's healthy. I know I need to exercise. So that part, it's not that. It's way deeper than that. It's very mental. It's very mental. So when I throw those concerns out, and he's like, yeah, everything I said, he had an answer where I was like, you know how when you're arguing with somebody and you're just like, and well, this, you can't do this, or this is how, and then they say something and you're like, like I was trying to find a reason to not deal with this kind of thing. The other issue I had right up front, and I don't know if you have had this also, if you know what I'm talking about, give me some comments down below if you can relate, because being female and dealing with emotional things or even physical, whatever, I just never thought that any male could help me with any of my problems. I mean, if you're married, if you have a boyfriend, whatever, I mean, some days I'm just like, men, they just don't get it. We love them, but sometimes they just don't get it. They just don't. So why would I work with one to figure out problems that I'm just thinking, you don't like, I just have this attitude right off the bat, like, you don't know what it's like. His demeanor, the way he comes across, what he says, there was just something about it, about his approach and about him as a life coach that kept pulling me back. My mom gut, it surfaced really truthfully where I started listening when my son was 7 months old. He's 6 years old now. When he was 7 months old and he had really horrible skin problems, and the doctors couldn't help. They wanted to put Band-Aids on stuff. They wanted to just say, oh, put this cream on, it's normal, this, that, and the other. My mom gut kicked in, and I guess I never remember listening to my gut before this, but I wasn't willing to take that for an answer because I thought, what is the underlying problem? It's not just what it looks like on the surface. So you can put a Band-Aid on it, but it's still going to be there. And I pushed and pushed, and I remember the day I felt completely helpless. I came home from another doctor's appointment with him to get nowhere, sat in the chair, and I just started crying because I just didn't know what to do. I got a phone call literally in that exact moment from a friend that kicked off what basically led to me helping him with his skin. I mean, when your baby is scratching and bleeding 24/7, you just don't even know what it's like. My point is, that was when I started listening to my gut. Before then, I don't think I did. And so now, when I think about something, or when I'm facing a decision, or trying to make a choice about something, I stop and I have this feeling. So when I was faced with a decision on whether or not I was going to work with this guy, his name is JD, when I was faced with that decision, of course, immediately I was like, no way, it's a guy, nope, I'm not doing it, I'm just not. And then each day, either he would post a video that instantly resonated with something I was thinking, or messaged me or commented on one of my videos, whatever it was, he kept drawing me back in a way that I felt like God was going, excuse me, you ask for help and I try to give you help and you just ignore it. So today is day 4 of me trying to get off of this medication. This medication at full dose is 4 pills a day. And when you first start, the first week you start with 1 pill in the morning for a whole week. Then the second week you do 1 pill in the morning, 1 in the afternoon for a whole week. Then the next week it's 2 in the morning, 1 at night. And then the 4th week it's 2 in the morning, 2 at night. So you end up with 4 pills total, 2 in the morning, 2 at night. So I realize I need to wean myself off similarly. I can't just stop. So for the first 2 days though, because I am running out, I'm at this crossroads where I don't want to refill the medication. I have a doctor's appointment coming up in 2 weeks. I need to figure out how to get off of this medicine without completely crashing. So I went down to 2 pills for 2 days, and yesterday, day 3, was horrid. I was crabby, I was snapping at the kids, I was exhausted, my brain felt like I was in a fog. I would cry just for no reason, just because I don't know. Super emotional, and went to bed with feelings of hopelessness, basically, like I can't do this. How is my body going to react when I'm off of it? So at this point on the medication, or before I started weaning myself off, it was really more than anything helping me mentally feel super positive and just good every day. As far as the weight loss, some of the weight had come back that I lost, the original 30, and truthfully, I don't weigh myself anymore. That was the other thing. This medicine helped me stop obsessing about weighing myself. And so every once in a while I would take measurements maybe, but I just didn't want to measure my worth with the frickin' scale or the frickin' tape measure anymore. I'm just going to be honest. I wanted to just learn how to love me exactly how I am. It doesn't matter what the scale says or what the size is. I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. I didn't want to measure my happiness on those numbers. So I stopped. The medicine was helping me stay in a mentally positive place. So here I am on day 4 and woke up this morning and decided I'm vlogging about this. YouTube has been pretty therapeutic for me, and I know that sharing my story is going to help somebody too, because I know I'm not the only one with these thoughts or feelings, and also because of my series I have on my channel about Contrave. I know there's going to be some people out there that maybe need to hear that they're not alone. After I decided I'm vlogging about this, I decided officially to work with JD, and his channel and his company is called Veritas Fit, and I will put his link and his information down in the description box below. I don't really know how this is going to go, and I'm nervous. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that I'm going to be able to figure this out with his help, because for a really long time, pretty much forever up to this point, I've just felt like I couldn't figure it out. I also want to tell you about another channel because she inspired me to, I've kind of been doing the move every day thing, the 20 minutes a day, but Miranda from Plus Size in Canada, she is, if you're having a bad day, go to her channel. I'm going to put her link down below also. Just go to her channel. There's no way you can watch any of her videos and not be smiling by the end of it. Her energy is amazing. She does a lot of hauls, like shopping hauls. She does some clothes things, and she's super into Christmas, and it's so nice. It's so refreshing watching her, and she's inspiring me. She threw out a video yesterday about, hey, let's get moving, even if it's 20 minutes a day. And I've been saying the whole exercise, okay, that word, you hear it and you're just like, oh, the last thing I want to do is get on the treadmill or lift weights. It's like that exercise routine. Blah. But if you just move for 20 minutes a day, maybe you just go for a walk, maybe you turn on some music and dance with your kids, maybe you take the dog out for a walk, whatever, just something for 20 minutes. So I decided I'm also going to join in her and sharing that. So I thought I could also include that in these vlogs, these daily vlogs. Maybe they won't be every single day. I'm really going to try though to keep up on this because I want to document it for myself too. So when I'm having a really bad day, I can look back and see, okay, I've got to this point. Now look where you started and look where you are now. I do recommend it. And I know YouTube's not for everybody, but even just writing in a journal or documenting it on paper, you can always go back and say, okay, this is where I started and here I am now. So let's take the little victories and allow them to end up being big victories at the end, hopefully. So there it is. I'm officially signed up with JD, and I will keep you guys posted on how that's going. And I'll probably pop back on here at the end and do a little blip about what type of movement I'm doing today for my 20 minutes. All right, guys, so here is what I'm doing for my 20 minutes of exercise today. Okay, so I'm learning how to do Latin dance. It is set up as a workout program, but okay, she is kind of loud sometimes. I'm not doing the exact program because, yeah, I'm just not. I'm doing what I can, and I've actually been on these, like, modifications. That's just what I do every day. I haven't even gotten to the real workouts yet, but I don't care. You get to learn how to wiggle your hips. How fun is that, right? Alright, I'll see you guys in the next vlog. I'm gonna go get my Latin dance on.